Hey everybody, Dave here, Smoky Mountain Nationals Garage, once again on location, beautiful Benton, Tennessee. Guess where? Yeah, you guessed it, at the Rust Ranch. Back again, projects coming in and out, AD projects, Philip Thornton's dropped some stuff off. Tony's got a roller out for sale. It looks like Terry's truck is gone. Got a little hot rod back here. You see Tony's getting ready. We're going to do a little filming. We're going to do a little work. We're going to catch you up on the Panza kit. We'll be right back after this intro. Well, welcome back to this week's episode of Smoky Mountain Nationals Garage. We've been real busy lately, but we are excited about our 2026 shop truck number 1. And I'm telling you, so you can see a few things have changed since I've been up to Indiana and working in the shop in Townsend. And you can see the frame got sprayed. Tony's back there getting ready to start the day. Let me grab this handheld and flip it around and show you what catch you up. Okay, well here we go. Grab the camera. Gonna come around, and Tony said he had to lay down on his back to spray this. And he's younger than me, so he could do it. But anyways, we got some color on it. Looks good. Now, what kind of paint did you spray on here, Tony? Just so everybody knows.
This is just a satin Rust-Oleum. It's actually the Ace hardware brand Rust Stock.
Perfect.
It's a great product. It doesn't, it keeps it from rusting more, but it's also got a grass alkaloid in it. But it's a very inexpensive and user-friendly product that you can use at home. I usually add a Japan dryer to my oil-based stuff when I'm cutting it, and a Japan dryer will make this flash in about an hour and a half. You can touch it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, and for $45 gallon of paint, you can do it at home. So
that's what we're looking at.
Which is what our thing is being able to do this at home.
Do it in your driveway.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, let's take a peek over at some of the parts. So once again, we want to thank Henry Panza. And we got some cool looking parts. You can see the brake pedal kit. And we've decided to highlight these parts and use this green, which that was a whole 1 hour conversation, I believe.
Yeah, so we're probably giving a little bit of the cat away here. This will be an alternate color in our paint scheme when we do this truck. But we're going to come in and probably black some of these lettering on Henry's parts and kind of highlight some stuff.
Make
and
it
that
look
way
cool.
It makes, yeah, it's going
to
be
have a cool factor.
Very touch, yeah.
Let's just kind of take a peek here. And you can see, now tell us how you sprayed these. What are we looking at here?
So everything here was sprayed with like a brown primer for raw metal, because it was all cleaned. Of course, it was a very clean product when I got it, but I went ahead and cleaned everything for any kind of contaminant. Then I sprayed it with a brown primer, and then this is basically a urethane paint. That's our paint color. I've got a mix station here in the house, a mixed paint, and then I added a hardener to it that's a satin-based hardener to give us the satin look, because again, we didn't want super glossy. And then that gives us, it's a hard finish. It's cured. It's done. Similar to single stage paint basically, but it's not a single stage. It's done in house, a little different. So
all right, so we're gonna back up here. We're gonna stop the camera and we're gonna do a little layout. And you can see it looks like these full kits. There's a lot of pieces and parts, but there's a lot of simplicity to it. So we're gonna lay that out here real quick, and we'll be right back at you. Okay, we are live again. We got all the pieces laid out, and you can see. We're going to go right around here. Now, I will explain, and I'm learning, so I'm the novice here. I'm the weekend warrior mechanic, like 95% of you out there. This is what I like about Henry's kit right here. P for passenger side. You can see right there, P for passenger side. Let me come all the way around. Take you to the other side. Well, that green and black look good, huh?
Yeah,
That's my favorite so
it's gonna
far.
pop.
And then there's going to be
Well,
a D for, let's see, is the driver's side marked? What am I looking for here? Driver's side doesn't have the D, just the passenger side has. Oh yeah, here we go. So you'll see stuff like this motor mount that has the D.
the core sport has the D.
Yeah, there you go. P for passenger, not Panza. Sorry, Henry, I had to get that in there. All right.
I actually thought the same thing when I seen the first P.
The P for
I
Panza.
did. I thought it had. I was like, oh, he's got his P on it.
All right. So everything. Tony was just telling me that everything came together.
Yeah.
And nut and bolted together. So what Tony did, go ahead and explain.
Yeah, just we'll
show right here.
Again, I think I mentioned this in another video. I grew up in the basket case Harley buying era, and learning to bag and tag is so critical because when you take it apart and 2 weeks or 2 months later you're putting it back together, you don't know where these bolts went. You don't know where those bolts went. And Henry's got stuff bagged that's universal for different areas on the truck. And I just went ahead as I took each bracket that was bolted together apart, put all those bags in it, and mark it. And it's going to make it a lot easier. And the big thing that I learned years ago when I had several employees is if, Dave takes it apart and Tony puts it together, I know where the bolts go. So it makes it a lot easier. Hopefully this is showing people that it's a fairly painless process. We're going to do a lot of drilling, bolting, and then there's drilling and tapping 5/16 and 3/8 holes to mount most everything. Couple of trims on the front and rear of the frame, and it's going to be pretty quick. I think we'll get most of this done today.
You didn't count all the pieces, did you?
I didn't, but it's a bunch. I promise you, this is the most small parts I've ever done. I do normally hang stuff like this when I paint it, but I just do not have enough area or patience to paint this much. So I did the cardboard. Here's the thing. I have a paint room, but people at home don't have that.
Yeah.
So this is back to ground roots building and showing people, look, you can just spread it out on a big refrigerator box. Spray it, walk away, come back the next day, spray the other side. No big deal. And
so let's just show them how you did it.
That's fine.
This is a driveway build.
Yeah, right? y'all don't cringe over this old chassis back here with this LS in it, but
lay some cardboard out.
We got it piled out. This was
so save your Amazon boxes.
Yeah.
And
I think this was exactly quarter panel to a '57 Chevy car.
There you go. So, paint one side, flip them over.
Look, it worked great. And again, I think the highlights of this is showing that anybody with common bolt, nut, ratchet skills at home in a garage, or one of those little canopies. I seen a guy last year paint a truck black on a page. It blew my mind. I'm like, you're not a paint and body guy? And he painted in a tent.
Harbor Freight, they're $119.
It blew my mind. The guy's paint job blew my mind. And I was just amazed. So, doing it at home and showing that you can do it. And the big thing about this is it's so user friendly.
Yeah.
It's really impressed me. It really has.
All right. We're going to take a short intermission here. And we're going to show you the ease of the installation. We'll show you a couple and how we're going to do this. We'll be right back. All right, we've taken a few minutes, and not a few minutes, a little bit longer than a few minutes, but I'm going to flip the camera around, and we started mocking up the kit, so let's get to that. Okay, we divided and conquered. So with Henry's kit, you work off, it's more pictorial than anything. I mean, there's good written instructions.
Great written instructions.
But then he's
great
got
picture reference.
Yeah, a lot of picture references. Yeah.
So one note, I'm planning on printing a set of these because it won't be my last one I do.
Yeah, that would be recommended for anybody.
Anyway, really print them off and you got them at home.
Yeah, you can see. And what makes it nice is maybe they'll follow your lead here is the two different colors. You can really tell what you're putting on there.
I can't take credit for this. I was actually kind of drawn to this by Philip Thornton, and then of course there's display frames on the Coffee and Custom site.
Yeah.
I think in primer or a white frame with the red, and I just thought, man, what a way to showcase the product.
Really.
And looks custom when you look under the truck.
Yeah.
And I'm I'm one of those guys that chassis area, brake lines and wiring, and exhaust routing. Everything else I can let go, but those
So
all
we
have to look
did.
good.
One thing we didn't do when we showed cutting off the mounts in the one video was here's the final cut for the front. And you can see how you can get to the hardware in there. And let's shut my phone off. All right. So there's what the front end.
So the one thing too, and I'll make a quick note, we've got, there's a lot of laser index notches. These are
Oh yeah, let's get into that.
purposely done. When I originally noticed in the frame, or on parts, I thought this, well, it's just where the laser pierced it. I've run a CNC years ago, but this is a 4-inch set, 5-inch set, etc. With the way he's got it set up. But it's also giving you reference points. If we go back to, he references the center line. I don't know if you can get a shot of it. The center line of your mount from a measurement point off of the original frame. And so, boom, you've got a center reference mark to work from.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Takes a lot of the guesswork out.
We have done the 4 corners, and you can see it's starting to take shape a little bit, look like something.
There we go.
The transmount's just kind of loosely bolted and set in there.
Yeah, it'll have to be adjusted to pin
And
angle.
we're going to start on these body mounts, and the body mount also picks up the running board, and you can see running board sitting there. And the way Tony bagged and tagged these, the grade 8 bolt kits, that's all working out really, really well. So I wanted to catch you up on the video. We'll come back and show a final result. Well, it's been a long day here in Benton, Tennessee at the Rest Ranch, and kind of pooped, don't you think? It's still technically summer. So what we're gonna do, we got one side done, we got the 4 corners done. You saw that piece just a minute ago, and then we're gonna take you with a handheld and kind of go, let Tony do his commentary and kind of explain how this kit. I'm a beginner doing this, and kind of went. It's just nuts and bolts.
That's easy.
Just nuts and bolts.
It's really, really simple fit.
All right, let me get the handheld and we'll shoot some more video. Hang on. All right, we're live. Okay, you've kind of seen all this already. So where did we start after we started right here at this piece?
We started the front corner. Henry gives you a great reference point from the slot here to measure. I believe it was 4.5 to the center of the front cab mount. You've got about a 2-inch variation that we can fluctuate with the mounts on different years of these trucks. Remember, if you've ever done any fitting on the doors and sheet metal, trucks were built in multiple factories, so nothing's ever exact. It gives you plenty of adjustment. All the grade 8 hardware fits well. We've got this one set at 4 inches off the frame as far as the cab mount height. And you take the measurement. We went with 36 3/8. It gives you 36 to 36 3/4 center to center.
You have a center mark there.
And you set the second mount. And again, drill, bolt everything. And then I think we're 12 and a half on this last one. And then this is an e-brake bracket that allows you to run the e-factory e-brake cable through if you want to. And then, of course, it sets it away from the standoff on the lower spring perch there. And then, of course, I don't know if I might have tightened that a little too tight, but with the slots and then your running board, everything is super adjustable. So leave it loose. We got it mocked up. And then when you set the running board on, you can kind of move it around, slide a wrench in here and tighten everything down.
Because there's no two the same.
No. And usually they're rotted off and you have to put a bracket back on. And then, of course...
and then it does say about the middle bracket. Explain that.
So on the middle bracket, it's... with Henry's instructions is, put it on, kind of on and up to the running board, and then mark the frame, and then take it off, drill your holes. So just kind of a mock-up situation. That's why that one's not on the chassis. And then, real quick note, since we mentioned running boards, that you can actually find a 3/4, 1-inch unistrut with holes in it.
Oh,
and guys that run into that, where those are rotted off the back before you paint, you can repair those with that. I've done many of them, so neat little trick there. need to try to show somebody that. That's a huge help to me years ago, saving running boards.
So any final thoughts? Tony's gonna finish up this side. I'm gonna run back to Townsend.
No,
Nuts
just
and bolts.
super user friendly. One thing that might help you all at home, instead of trying to hand tap, most of you are probably not familiar with tap sockets. I've got a series of sockets. You can buy them, piece sets off the internet. You simply set your tap in, you run them with impact. It's a lot easier, faster than hand trying to tap holes.
Is that not cheating?
Well, it's just, and they're cheap. I think a set of tap sockets is $30-$40 now. My Snap-ons cost a lot more than that years ago.
I think just because, obviously I was a electrician my whole life, and half of that trade as mechanic is leave everything loose,
Yeah.
mock it up. We use some clamps.
We did.
Basic mechanic skills for the most part.
I found, I like, we like punching the top landing bracket and then the top holes.
Yeah.
And then mark the bottoms and drill through the bracket, just simply
like
because
bracket.
we get a little better. It's hard to line so many holes up, and you're using like 4 holes, and so.
And that's hard to line up.
Yeah, we did 2, and then
we found knocking these 2 out and putting the top bracket in.
Yeah, and then drill through the bracket. It just seems to line up a little easier for us.
So those are little tricks that
at home, Henry mentions buying good quality drill bits. You are drilling a lot of steel, so have several 5/16 and 3/8 drills.
But I think the cordless drills you got are just stuff that most
you
anybody can buy over. You probably have it in your shop now, right?
Yeah, that's just a simple cordless drill. Ain't nothing fancy here.
And I will, just one tip I did pick up, because down here in Tennessee we wear shorts a lot, is sweep up those metal shavings before you stick your knee.
I've been sweeping all day. It's funny. Yeah, keep it cleaned up, especially if you let your pups around the shop. Yeah. I've had to dig metal out of a pup's paw before too. So.
But we made a lot of headway today. We're really happy about offering the first ever Smoky Mountain National shop truck as a giveaway truck. I appreciate all the input that we've had. A lot of people have shared thoughts with Tony and myself. Just being up in Indiana last week, a lot of people are excited about it, and I think that gets us more excited about it.
I'm
for sure.
Ready. I'm
so
ready to
so here we are. I'm hungry, thirsty, tired, ready to go back to the mountains. Not that we're not in the mountains now, but the higher elevation mountains.
Maybe a little update on the cab for next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get the floors started, and we're gonna go that
So
direction.
Philip behind us, you might be able to see it right there. Philip Thornton, I appreciate what you've done, brother. He's delivered probably a time saver.
Huge, so our dash had rod in the bottom of the dash. We were gonna fix that. Dave had a donor. The firewall had a cutout. Somebody didn't know what they were doing years ago. That's okay. I've dealt with that before. I was planning on doing a recessed area in lieu of what they did. And then of course there's always the typical toe board kick, floorboard rot.
Stuff, yeah.
And there was a little damage up around the cowl vent even on this truck, and I didn't know that until I got there the day that I purchased it, and I had already made the 2.5 hour trip. So went ahead and went forward with it, knowing I can repair it. But when you start adding up multiple things to fix, when Philip offered the firewall with a good dash and a good cowl panel, I don't have all it just speeds everything up. I'll have 4 weld points before we put the floors back in. So it's I'm super excited about having that. It is a time saver. It's huge.
Make your life easy if you're gonna do this. That's what the 280 only shows are for. Is if you're still working on your truck, remember you can come to our May event, and Tony will be there, and Philip Thornton will be there, and other builders and other used parts folks that are in our group expert list, and you actually get hands-on time with them, like we've gotten with Henry Panza. I just spent some time with Henry, and that is invaluable when you're doing your own build in your own shop. And you want to build it to a good level, a good high level.
And you need part sources. These people we're talking about, they're who support it in this industry in the South down here, and even up into the
we got them all the way in the north now.
Into the grain belt and up north, but it's big. If you need stuff, it's out there, and if you need help, knowledge, I'm all the time answering questions. I try to steer somebody in the right. I think I got a question this morning. A guy asked about does the radio still fit with the vintage
Yeah,
air
yeah, I
stuff? And
saw
I'm
that.
like,
Yeah.
absolutely, especially if you're doing retro sounds. It's super small unit, and it works fine. So
So here we are. We're going to wrap this up for the day. You got a little one-on-one time with just me and Tony here sitting, explaining what's going on. And if you have any questions, just message us, and happy to help with your build in your shop. And we're excited about the 2026 shop truck, the very first Smoky Mountain Nationals garage shop truck #1.
yeah,
So until next week, we just want to thank everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and keep on watching, and then share that link with your friends. So we will see you real soon, and definitely next week. Dave out.
Tony out.